not really doing anything right now.
Yeah, not quite.
We're entering that season where the other bigger budget games get to have their time in the spotlight, so most wise video game devs decide, okay, let's pull it back a little bit.
I mean, what's even being shown just overall? Because I wouldn't know.
Shit. Honestly, off the top of my head, the biggest fighting game news, like, Strive got a big patch that they say changed everything. I don't remember how. They just said it changed everything. Like Soul is still OP, but now he's OP in different ways.
It changed aerial stuff from what I remember, but I don't know what else. Like I think what they said, from what I remember of reading the patch notes, they changed how some air moves work, and just overall how air maneuverability works. Maybe I forget. And then they also gave a couple of different routes to the characters. So some were taken away and some were given.
Well, I mean, more routes was kind of a thing the game needed, and more air maneuverability was something the game needed, so that's nice.
Yeah.
Let's see, what else was there? It's bizarre that, like, really the biggest fighting game news of the last month has been Among Us Arena.
I mean, look.
Have you been paying attention to it?
No, out of principle.
Dude. I've not got my hands on it because of the lack of internet, but from the footage I've seen, it actually looks pretty good.
I mean, my thing with Among Us Arena is that, like, well, partially, it's the oversaturation. I am fucking tired of Among Us overall, and also
I think we've hit the
plateau.
The point of maximum saturation already, and it's starting to die down. But yes, there was a little bit where every little kitty was all about Among Us.
Yeah. And so that's part of it, and also from what I remember, you said that it's just one character and then different colors for that character, and like you can have fun with that, but to me it feels like it would have a very short shelf life for me.
Oh yeah, like I will say that it looks pretty good. At the same time, this is not your game because what you were into fighting games for is variety, innovation, and story. There is no story. There is almost no variety. So the only thing that would really hit you here is that it does look like there is a lot of combo variation.
Yeah.
But it looks pretty neat. Oh, and Event Hub's also hyped up Terrordrome, which I still insist that you and me need to play at some point.
At some point, maybe.
I still got it installed on my computer. As soon as I get internet, I am good to go on that. So, but there's going to be so many other things to play when I get internet, you know?
Yeah.
I love Terrordrome, but it's not going to be a higher priority on my fighting games to play online list than Guilty Gear X2 again, you know?
Yeah. Oh, by the way, since yeah, go ahead.
Did you see the real fucking news?
98? Yeah.
Not only did it add rollback, it removed grapplers.
What?
So when the 98 rollback patch released, it introduced a new bug where anytime a character does a command grab, it crashes the game for both players.
Nice.
So Justin Wong and the Purple Sharpie and a few other people were on there saying, "Don't fix this."
Look, you need to Look, you need to remove the lame playstyles. You need to remove grapplers. You need to remove zoning. You need to remove rushdown. There's nothing lamer than rushdown, by the way. But
let me tell you how it is with fighting games. Is that I'm pretty sure that Justin Wong plays. I don't know what Justin Wong plays, but I'm going to assume he plays rushdown because
Justin Wong plays lame on purpose. Like Justin Wong part of Justin Wong's playstyle, from what I remember, is trying to psych out the other person, and the best way to psych out the other person is not letting them play the way they want. So he plays as lame as possible in any game, as defensively and as like as much utilizing spacing as much as he can to win the game.
Oh, okay. But what I was going to say is the universal fighting game position. Whatever I do is balanced and fair, and everyone else's stuff is broken and OP. Like, do you think that how hard do you think you and I would have to search to find a take online? It's like Ryu is broken and OP. Stop playing him.
I mean, it depends on which game we would be looking for, because like overall in Street Fighter, like overall, if we just limit it to Street Fighter, we would probably need to look around like Street Fighter 2 territories, and there I could see Ryu being OP in a build, and like fucking, don't play Ryu in Rainbow Edition because he can fucking fly or whatever.
Yeah. Wasn't there an actual Capcom developed version of Street Fighter 2 where Ryu could do the air Tatsuda for an air dash?
Yeah, there were a couple. There was, I think one of them was Champion Edition, but I'm not sure because I haven't checked since last time. And there was also at least one more that allowed you to do air dashes.
Yeah. But yeah, in the modern games, Ryu's never really been that much of a problem.
Yeah, no, not really.
Oh man, okay. We don't have to look very hard at all, actually, to find a Footsie's character who is considered broken and OP, and if you play her, you're a hack. Fucking Street Fighter 3 Chun-Li.
Yeah. I mean, with Chun, isn't she?
Justin Wong Main, rather famously, actually.
Yeah. But I mean, like, would you call? Okay, the thing is, like, isn't Chun OP just because she has a very good core, but that core has no flaws, pretty much?
I've never actually done that much research into why Chun is considered like top tier in the S tier Third Strike.
I think that's supposed to be why, but I'm not sure because it's been a while since I've heard people complain about Chun overall. But from what I remember, the reason Chun is considered so powerful is because she's a jack of all trades. Well, she that's the thing. She's not a jack of all trades. She's a master of all trades.
Oh,
and more or less.
Yeah, that's a pretty good definition for an OP character.
And so, like, she can do pretty much anything that you want with a bit of adjustment. You need to you need to base your playstyle around her instead of the other way around. But at the same time, if you actually try to master her in that way, then you can probably do anything with her, more or less.
Whoa.
And that from what I remember, that's why Chun's supposed to be broken in Third Strike, because if you put in 1,000 hours with Chun-Li, then you can clown on people in 5 different ways in one match.
That does make sense, and she's got the only taunt in the game that just buffs everything.
Yeah, maybe, I don't know.
You remember she's got the special taunt where, like, there's 4 different motions she can do. She can, like, roll her neck or stretch her back or something else, or she can do all 3 in sequence. And each of those has a different buff, except for the last one, which just applies all of the buffs.
Oh, I see.
So she gets, like, slightly increased health, increased damage on special moves, decreased chip damage, and so on.
Nice. Yeah, I never really looked into what the taunts do, like what every taunt some special things is.
Yeah, there are some characters where it's like nothing. Like Oro's just like reduces his stun meter as long as he holds down the taunt button. That's nothing, you know?
Yeah.
And for some characters, it's gameplay defining. Q would be garbage without his taunt.
Yeah.
Made for a cool mechanic in the time because it was like it was something to keep track of and to manage for some characters, and it became part of the matchup knowledge and the psychology of it. But I can see why it got removed in later games, because it made it where taunts were no longer taunts. They were just like the meter that you build, you know?
Yeah.
I would still like to see more taunts that have actual meaning in some way, like Dudley throwing the rose, though. That'd be cool, you know?
Yeah.
More fun taunts and less just, haha, fuck you.
I mean, I wouldn't mind taunts existing overall.
Yeah. Well, they do in Street Fighter 5 now, fucking 6 years later.
Yeah, now. But yeah, freaking like I also like fucking hell, what's the word? Like it's I can't speak anyway. So yeah, I also liked how Dudley's taunt and shit like I think Akuma's taunt might have been a combo tool because it became it became 1 in 5. You know, the one where
Yeah.
he slams down the leg and then does the freaking the Mesatsu.
Yeah. And he flashes his little logo behind him, right?
Yeah, that's a weird one because from what I remember, when he flashes the logo or whatever, when he flashes up the kanji, that's either actually Masatsu or Metsu, which is annihilation or destruction, and then
Nice.
yeah,
Big difference there.
yeah. I mean, it is kind of funny when you think about how Ryu has a Metsu Shoryuken, which is destruction Shoryuken, but and then the
That's
kanji
what's the
on,
weird thing about Ryu is that there's a lot of him that's actually kind of edgy, at least in English. Like now he's strong through the power of nihilism.
yeah, pretty much. I mean, the thing is like from what I understand, the reusing things like the Metsu Shoryuken or trying to portray the influence of the Dark Hado on him, and
Yeah, which
then
is why he doesn't use it anymore, right?
yeah, and so um he also gets moves that utilize Mu, which is what cows say, but it's also the name for the power of nothingness, where basically like Ryu returns to monkey. Ryu does not
Mhm.
think, and that's how he can beat evil, pretty much.
Which was the first game where you could use the Shin Shoryuken chronologically? Was it 4?
I forget. He may have had it in alpha.
No, in Alpha he
No.
had Metsu.
Okay. So I
Because
don't know.
Metsu starts off with an elbow, whereas the Shin Shoryuken is a Shoryuken into another Shoryuken.
Yeah. I'm trying to think. It might have been 4, yeah, chronologically speaking, because I think he first had it in 3, but that's the last
Yeah.
one in the chronological order. So hey,
Hopefully not for very long.
yeah,
Come on, in Street Fighter 6 they have to give us fucking Dad Akuma.
yeah.
Dad Akuma.
No. In Street Fighter 6 we get Akuma, and then
Yeah.
in Street Fighter 7 we get that Akuma.
Dude, give me a crossover game of Dad Akuma, Dad Kratos, and Dad Virgil all having to work together, and it's like, wow, we all used to be assholes, but now we've got kids and we kind of have to be less assholes.
Yeah. I mean, Akuma stopped being an asshole, really. I mean, I suppose, for his standards, I suppose, because like on one hand, he's not really oh, I want to die, I'm going to kill everyone until I die, and stuff like that. But at the same time, at the end of 3, he does still break Ryu's arms, and that's still canon. So hey, like I've definitely told you why he breaks Ryu's arms, but I just want to, like, every time it comes up, I feel like I need to say it because it's such a funny story. Because Akuma's in the right, at least as far as the narrative is concerned, there. Because Ryu goes through Street Fighter 3 trying to still find a purpose for his life. So then he has a sparring match against Ken, loses. Ken fucking leaves him or something like that. There, Akuma shows up, and Ryu's like, "What's the meaning of life, Akuma?" And Akuma breaks his hands and goes, "Go and make a family, you fucking idiot. It's been 20 years.
Yeah.
You've been walking this road for 20 years and you haven't found an answer. Just have a family. Settle down." And then he leaves too.
Ken actually did take the time to be a family man, and he's better than Ryu.
Yeah. But yeah.
Street Fighter's weird in that way, where
yeah, go ahead.
the rival character has actually beaten the main character, and the later you go in the timeline, the more better he is than the actual main character. Because in like Street Fighter Alpha or 2, I forget which, his storyline is he refuses to marry his wife until he beats Ryu. Then you jump to 4 and 5 where he's got a kid, and it's like, oh,
yeah, because he
so
marries.
Ryu lost.
Yeah, Ken marries his wife in 2. That's his 2 ending, I think.
Yeah. Which calls into question is, can the canonical winner of Street Fighter 2?
No. What happened was, Ken beat Ryu in a dark match, which doesn't matter, and then Ryu beat Bison.
Right, yeah, Ryu beat Bison and then Akuma killed him, yeah.
But yeah. Like, I don't know how both of those things are canon, so let's just say you can beat him in a dark match. Why not? We don't know.
Yeah.
Well, only all of the people on Ken's boat and Q saw, so it doesn't count.
Yeah.
Or what? Did I say Dan's boat? Fucking Ken's boat.
I think you said Ken's boat.
I don't know. Anyway.
I do like that Q saw it.
What about Q?
I said I do like that Q saw it, even though now 5 has confirmed that wasn't Q.
I mean, look, we just need to go with the fan canon because it's funnier.
He started off as Q, got turned into G, then somehow degraded back into being Q.
No, he was G. He turned into Q, got sent back in time, and then he was on Ken's boat.
He didn't go back in time to do anything. He just went back in time to watch that match because, hey, it's cool.
Yeah. What if Q has extra low time powers or extra low rather? But yeah, extra low time powers. What if Q does have extra low time powers?
So you beat everyone's arcade modes in Street Fighter 5, right?
Not everyone's, no, but yeah. Continue.
So Bison's Street Fighter 1 ending, because it's confusing. Like, why does Bison get a Street Fighter 1 arcade mode? He wasn't in Street Fighter 1. Well, his arcade mode ending, if you beat a Street Fighter 1 arcade, is he has a nightmare where people confuse him for Mike. But then everybody loves Mike and doesn't care about Bison.
You mean Balrog Bison, alright.
Oh my god, did I just pull a Japan?
Yes, you pulled a Japan.
Oh. Right, and I got that confused because I was talking about Mike. And M. Bison is obviously the name they give him in Japan because fucking Mike Tyson.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Boxer, there we go. Boxer. That removes all confusion. Fuck it.
Yeah.
That's why they have to say Boxer. Thanks, Capcom. Alright. I don't recall any other fighting game news this past couple of weeks.
But that was Hydron, which we brought up off recording, or something we may be able to talk about, but not really.
Well, it's neat because he was one of the DLC fighters in 14, but he's here full roster here, which they haven't shown all the DLC fighters from 14, right? They've only shown him and Vanessa, correct?
Yeah.
But it gives me hope that Rock and Ryuji are here too.
I mean, maybe, but like, the thing is, I don't know how they would put them in, because like Rock, like either of them could be in, but not both of them, I don't think, because there's only like 1 or 2 more team slots, and I don't know where they would fit in.
Well, does Geese have an open slot on his team?
Is Geese in the game? I forget.
Oh no, I don't think they've showed him in trailers yet. I guess with like all the bad guys from past games coming back from the dead, they don't really need to have Geese there.
I suppose.
Geese might have been stepped out of the way so that they could make room for Rugal.
Maybe. But that kind of sucks.
It does, but I mean, like, well, for one thing, there can always be DLC because I'll gladly pay for Geese, of course.
Yeah.
Like, I'll gladly pay for both of the Howards, like both Geese and Rock. But I mean, Rugal coming back alone is such a big thing because he's been gone for so long, you know. Yeah.
I imagine if Rugal's in the base game, he's going to be the last reveal. Just so Brazil can be on fire. Like literally, I don't mean that they'll be really glad. I mean that Brazil, or the entire country, will be engulfed in flames as people rage about Rugal's existence again.
Yeah, that's
the entirety of South America is on fire The reason? Rugel Bernstein.
There's a very good chance that South America will genuinely be on fire at that time, but the reason won't be Rugel Bernstein.
As far as you know.
Yeah, so far as you're correct. You're absolutely correct. This changes everything. Oh, man. What else could they do? I guess, like, yeah, if there's only 2 team slots remaining, I could reasonably see there being, like, a Team Fatal Fury. Okay. So have they revealed Billy Kane yet?
I don't think so, but I may be forgetting. Like, I haven't been following the KOF reveals too close, honestly.
Okay, so imagine if there was a, like, Howard and Son team of Geese and Rock, and, like, Ryuji's just there as a dumb thug. Because is Ryuji supposed to be part of the Howard mob?
No,
or is he just some asshole?
Yeah, he's just some asshole, if I remember correctly.
Well, that makes sense.
I mean, I can actually go ahead and freaking type into Google the list of revealed KOF characters, because every time a trailer gets dropped on Reddit, there's one person always typing out the roster. So I'll eventually find it.
Yeah, just go ahead and look that up. If Billy Kane's revealed and he's already on a team, then that might have some meaning, because Billy is always put on Geese's team, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not going to lie. I would pop pretty hard if the 2 teams are... Okay, here's one. One team is the villain team, right? And it's Geese, it's Rugel, and the last one could be Krauser or Gonitz or Mr. Big, it doesn't matter. And the other team be like the ex-Howards or something like that, and it's Rock, Billy, and Ryuji. That'd be pretty good.
There is no Howards yet at all, or Billy Kane for that matter.
Or Billy Kane. Billy has been in... Has Billy missed out on any of the KOF games yet?
I think he missed out on at least one, but I may be wrong.
He was definitely there for 98, 2002, and 13. Yeah. And I'm pretty sure he was there in 11. He at the very least has been there for all the big ones.
Yeah.
I remember 13 was the one where he went back to wearing overalls instead of the jacket.
So what we're saying is that KOF 15 is not one of the big ones anymore because it doesn't have Billy Kane.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, the KOF isn't a yearly series anymore, so now they're all big ones, you know?
Yeah.
I'm actually really hyped up for KOF 15, honestly. When's it come out? February, right?
I think so. It was definitely pushed back recently.
Man, I would be very tempted to get it at launch.
Oh boy. Okay, I can't open up the official site, and the only Wikipedia site is in Korean.
Yeah.
At least the one that...
Why would there not be an English KOF 15 website?
There has to be one. It's just not the one that popped up immediately. I don't know why the Korean one popped up immediately. I guess... I don't know.
Well, KOF is big in Korea, isn't it?
I don't know.
I thought Korea was where they were running the KOF MMO.
There's a KOF MMO?
Yeah, they tried to do a KOF MMO, but it didn't work.
Huh. I did not hear about that. Alright, yes, it is scheduled to release on February 17th.
Alright.
Let's see. Yeah, there's... so here are the characters who don't have a team revealed yet. We have Print Ash, we have Hydorn, we have Isla, Kadesh, and Kukri. Those are the ones that haven't had a team yet. So I'm gonna assume Hydorn and Kukri are on a team, maybe with Ash, or Ash is on a team with Kadesh, and there's going to be like a freaking like. Is there a third protagonist that they thrown to the side?
Are you well? Well, they've already shown that What's Kyo's team? Isn't Kyo's team with Iori and Chizuru?
Yeah.
Then no, I believe that the new kid is the fourth KOF protagonist. Because it goes Kyo, K-Dash, Ash, and then the new guy.
Yeah. Kunai.
Shunai, yes. I always want to call him like Shenlong or something. Or
Yeah, Shenlong.
yeah. Did you know KOF is actually just one big prequel to Street Fighter?
I mean, that's kind of true.
When Shunai gets old, he becomes Goken. He somehow got fucking a foot taller and put on 300 pounds of muscle.
And became Japanese.
Yeah. Yeah, I have to assume K-Dash comes with Maxima and Kula, because they haven't revealed Kula for any other teams, right?
Not yet, but she was in that trailer that tried to summarize all of the plot points, so she's probably in the game.
Is the women's team complete?
Yes. Well, there won't be a women's team, I don't think, but let me see. Yeah, Team Super Heroine, yeah.
Team Super Heroine, okay. So Athena, King, and Mai all have a team they're already on.
Athena, Mai, and Yuri.
Athena, Mai, and Yuri. Okay, because that's the usual women's team lineup. So in that case, Kula being there, like I think it's guaranteed it's going to be the classic KOF Nest Saga team. Like it's going to be K-Dash, Maxima, and Kula. Well, they might actually skip Maxima because isn't Whip already confirmed?
I don't see her, so I don't think so. No.
Oh, for some reason I thought Whip was already confirmed. Okay, in that case, then it would be K-Dash, Maxima, and Kula. But I accept the possibility they may decide fuck it and actually skip Maxima for this game and have it be K-Dash, Whip, and Kula.
Maybe.
Whip could also be on Hydern's team, though.
Yeah, I mean there is still 4 teams to be revealed completely.
Yeah.
That's counted.
Have they revealed any members of Hydern's team other than Hydern himself?
No, Hydern is in the other category on Wikipedia, so we don't know his full team yet.
Well, hypothetically, they could team him up with like Takuma and Saisyu.
If Saishu comes out of retirement, I suppose.
Well, I mean, Geese came out of retirement after so fucking long, because I think the last game he was in as an actual character, not a hidden unlockable character, was 2002.
Maybe? I don't remember.
Because he was a hidden unlockable character in 11, I believe. But other than that, that was his last appearance before 14.
I mean, look, I won't complain if they bring back Saishu Kusanagi. I just don't see it. That was like overwhelmingly possible.
I'm sorry, I missed that last part. What'd you say?
I said that like I wouldn't mind Saishu coming back, but at the same time, I don't see it as overwhelmingly possible.
Well, I mean, everything's possible.
At the same time, Team Sacred Treasures is back. And the last time Saishu was alive was also when Team Sacred Treasures was here, so hey, maybe.
Yeah, I think they're kind of, I don't want to say doing the come to Jesus moment, because they're still trying to move forward in a lot of ways. But it does seem like 15 is having a lot of its time devoted to, let's have send-ups to, like, the classic era stuff, you know?
Yeah.
And here's Ash for the like 5 people whose favorite era was fucking whatever, the Illuminati weird shit that was going on there.
Here's a send up for all the people whose favorite era was Visual K.
Yeah.
I mean, technically, I think Ash fits Visual K, but I'm not sure. You probably don't even know what I'm talking about.
Oh, I thought you said favorite cereal is Special K.
Oh no, I'm saying it's a send up for all the people who like Visual K, which is it's a musical movement and also a fashion style where men like dress and present themselves in kind of effeminate ways, but it's Not like it's not quite cross like it's not cross dressing. It's just a lot of like flamboyant outfits, more or less, and like
I always
freaking
like that about
and,
Ash. I know it pisses everyone else
and
off, but I
makeup
like
and
it.
stuff like that.
I always liked that about Ash. And I also found it funny that like Ash's gameplay though is like identical to fucking Guile from Street Fighter 2, who is one of the fighting game definitions of like ultra masculine manliness, you know?
Yeah.
Just funny it is. Ugh. Oh, by the way, we're gonna have to wrap it up in about the next 20 minutes, as I apparently have an appointment to go pick up something, I believe.
All right.
Which, thankfully, there isn't much news to talk about this week, is there? But
Not really, no.
So we already know that the pop star team is coming back, and we know that we don't know, but we are pretty certain Rugal is coming back.
What
Is there
Popstar
anyone
team?
else who is a corpse that you want back?
What Popstar team?
Excuse me, not pop star. It was just slip of the tongue. The Japanese kids who are Satanists.
Oh, Orochi.
Yeah, the Orochi team. Who else is there that's really dead? Because like, there's an assortment of like, Nameless isn't dead. He's just being ignored.
The K9999 is definitely dead though.
Honestly, they could probably bring him back now, because I doubt the Akira guys are going to be that much. Are going to be that. Looking for lawsuits, I guess. There's a proper word for that. I just can't recall it. Litigious. There you go. I doubt the guys who own the Akira license are going to be as litigious now as they were 20 years ago.
Who knows? Although, like, at the same time, I feel like the best way to bring K9000 would be to actually like to just lean into how much of a fucking Akira ripoff he is, and at that point they might get sued again.
Yeah, but they could also have some fun by toning down the Akira on this. Like, it's one thing for him to have Tetsuo's powers, but it's the fact that he has Tetsuo's hairstyle and scarf that's really dumb, you know?
Yeah.
I can't really think of anyone who's dead aside from like Vice and Mature died, but they walked it off. So
yeah. It turns out being killed by Yori is about as effective as being killed by the Shangoku Satsu.
Yeah. Yeah, with Bison at least, like, well, it did kill him. He just had another life. With Goken, it's like, well, what the fuck?
Goken negated. Goken didn't die. He just pretended. Goku would go away, and then he negated the attack with the freaking the power of Mu.
Typical old brother behavior. God, fine, Akuma. Yes, I'll play your little game.
Yeah.
Oh no, you killed me, Black.
Pretty much.
Oh, he's gone away now. I can get back to my stuff.
I mean, that's pretty much what he did, from what I understand. Like the thing is, like the thing with Goken is that Capcom are trying to have their cake and eat it too, because Goken can negate the power of the Shangoku Satsu with the power of nothingness, for all I care. If the Shangoku Satsu is people dying to the weight of their sins. But if we're going to make the Shangoku Satsu Akuma beating the fucking living shit out of you, then I'm gonna like it's gonna be a bit harder for me to be like, yeah, if Goken just was just turned off his brain receptors and then was like, hey, I'm fine.
To be fair, like there's always stuff about like chi and so on that they can say like, oh well, he was able to ignore it through control of his chi or something like that, you know?
Yeah, I mean that's the power of Mu, pretty much.
Yeah.
I'm also hoping that like I've said it so many times that I hope I'm fucking wrong too, and that's not what it's called. But I'm pretty sure it's MU, it's Mu. I'm gonna look it up.
Yeah. Okay, so I got a question regarding Street Fighter actually now. So with Street Fighter 6, we have to assume that Capcom learned a lot of their lessons. and that Capcom has now got actual competent developers on the team instead of, oh no. So, presumably at launch, Street Fighter 6 is not only going to have an actual arcade mode and things for the single player to do, but also more characters, right?
Maybe. Well, like that's the thing. Like, do you mean comparing to Street Fighter 5 launch or Street Fighter 5 right now? Because I doubt that they would have
Street Fighter 5 launch. Because Street Fighter 5 now that would not be possible for a game, you know. Because I mean, Street Fighter 6 is definitely going to try and up the budget in some ways in terms of like visuals and character design. Because every Street Fighter inevitably does. And Street Fighter 5 has a roster now of what? Like over double what it started with, right?
Yeah.
Because it started with 16 characters, and there's been 5 characters a season, and there's been 5 seasons. So that's 25 characters plus 16, which makes... hang on. 41, I believe? I think I did the math on that right. Which is higher than 32, so that's considerably higher than double. And that ends up at 42 if you include 11, right?
Yeah.
Street Fighter 6 at launch is not going to have 42 characters.
But imagine
I would wager something closer to maybe something in the low to mid 20s, because that's around where NetherRealm launches their games.
I feel like going by current trends, I feel like Street Fighter 5 or Street Fighter 6 will launch with characters between the number of 6 and 15. There will not be more than 15, I don't think.
For Street Fighter 6, you don't think they'll launch with many characters?
I mean, going by current trends in fighting game development, no, I don't think they will launch with many characters.
Yeah, but like, well, I don't think Street Fighter observes Guilty Gear that much, honestly. Guilty Gear has always been able to get away with less characters because their characters can do more, you know?
Usually, yeah.
Which also means that Guilty Gear characters take a lot more time to develop. And there's a lot more visual craziness that goes on in Strive than there would be in a Street Fighter game, right? Because they're not trying to make the... With Street Fighter, they're not trying to make it look like you're playing an anime. So I think Street Fighter... Not only that, and also like Capcom inevitably is going to give it more budget. Because Guilty Gear Strive wound up being a bigger success than Arxis expected. And I think it's pretty clear that there was not much plan to put much budget into Strive. Because Guilty Gear XX barely made... Guilty Gear Xrd barely justified a sequel. Like, the only really huge, massive, holy shit success that Arxis has had, really, has been Fighter Z. And Fighter Z got all the characters on the fucking planet, you know?
Yeah.
That's a roster of what, 50 characters now?
Yeah,
well, not 50.
Yeah, it's also 50 Gokus, yes.
Oh, yes, it's a roster of 20 Gokus, 10 Vegetas, and 10 everyone else.
Yeah.
There are actually like 5 or 6 Gokus on that roster, aren't there?
Yeah, genuinely, at least a third of the cast is Goku's, I'm pretty sure. Or at least it was the last time I checked, but I think they released another season since then, so maybe that's changed.
I don't think the last season had any Gokus, thankfully. I think the last season was a second
the last season had Gokus. The last season had the Super Saiyan 4 Vegito.
Oh yeah, that's right. The fusions I count as different enough.
I don't.
That's fair. But I ultimately ignore it. I'm ultimately fine with it if there's only one Goku per season. And they actually include interesting picks like Kefla and Janemba, you know?
Yeah.
Because, I mean, I understand that they got to balance the West and the East. And the West wants more characters, the East wants more Goku.
I mean, like, the thing for me is that, like, I wouldn't mind having all of these Gokus in the game. I mind them having them as separate characters. Like, I understand, like, you know, it's a thing of how Budokai Tenkaichi...
Such a massive moveset they can make 5 characters out of him.
I suppose, but like, yeah, like my thing is that, like, I think about like Budokai Tenkaichi 3, and I think Budokai Tenkaichi 3 was not a good game. overall. But at the same time,
See, I love that because it was fucking bonkers. Holy shit, everyone is here, you know?
yeah. Oh no, I don't mean in the matter of the roster. Just overall gameplay wise, the like, funnily enough, I'm fine with the Naruto Arena Fighters, but for whatever reason, I just have something out for Budokai Tenkaichi as a series. Like I think it's partially just that I prefer Budokai, the normal version, the 2D one.
Oh yeah, well if we're talking like Budokai is obviously the better game in terms of actually being playable. Like Tenkaichi is supposed to be stupid and fun because it's like fuck it, you can have a 5-man tag team mode, and your fucking 5-man team is like all the rules from the movies. Oh yeah, all Goku team, but I was thinking like, oh, here's a team of Garlic Jr. and fucking Bardock.
Yeah.
Who's the big stupid robot with claws that was trying to steal Goku's brain or something?
Big robot with claws. What color scheme
Oh,
did he have?
and they had all the characters from the original Dragon Ball and GT too, so you can have the. I'm sorry?
Not Freezer. Cooler. Yeah.
Cooler. Isn't Cooler Frieza's older brother?
Yeah.
No. There's one of the movie villains, one of the shitty movies.
Wait. Oh, are you thinking about Omega Shenron from GT?
No. One of the movies set in the Z timeline.
The only robot from the movies.
It's like a big brain robot with crab claws.
I don't remember that one. The only robot I remember from the movies from the Z timeline is Super 17.
I thought Super 17 was GT.
I don't fucking remember, dude.
I thought the villains of GT were Super 17, Baby, and Omega Shenron.
I don't think Super 17 was a GT villain, but I don't remember. Like, if GT had a movie, then maybe in that one, because I've only watched the series of GT. But
it's weird that everybody hates GT, but everybody's still happy to see GT characters get included, though.
Yeah, I mean, like, here's the thing: GT sucks, but at the same time, Super Saiyan 4, and maybe, and that's pretty much it, really.
Goku getting turned into a kid again is stupid, but like, yeah, there is a lot of like. Having the adventures of Goku and Gohan's daughter is a pretty cool idea because it's the classic, veteran trains the new kid. Though it would have worked better if Goku was still an adult, but maybe slowing down because of his heart condition instead of because he got turned into a kid. Yeah.
I mean, there's at least one
scene.
Really
they never did anything with Goku's heart condition, and they really should have.
No, because it went away because Trunks gave him future medicine. Remember?
That is beyond fucking stupid.
Yeah. But like the reason Goku's a kid in GT and is because there's a running gag where they would like I feel like it was a running gag, but I don't remember. I feel like it happened enough times that it bothered me, but that may have been just once, honestly. But there was this gag where Goku would strip naked in front of Pan, and Pan would cover her eyes because it's her fucking grandpa. Because Goku was going for a swim, like he needed to go into the water to kill a monster they needed to kill for a Dragon Ball or something.
I mean, that's just Goku.
Yeah.
Oh man, the best part of GT that has not made it into any game yet. Fucking Mustache Vegeta.
Yes, Batman.
Like, I love not only Mustache Vegeta, but like the Vegeta that has not only gotten old, but is now like a
competent fodder.
I'm trying to think of. I'm sorry?
A competent father?
Yeah, competent father, of course, and a competent husband. That's still my fucking favorite. That's still one of my favorite stupid dialogues from Dragon Ball is Goku not knowing what kissing is and Vegeta trying to explain it to him and just giving up.
Yeah. No,
the best dialogue is from that fucking Super. I don't know if it was Super or if it was Kai. But that one where who's Beerus' assistant?
Riz.
Yeah, Wiz comes down to Earth and is like, "Hey, Goku and Vegeta, want to go out in space and fight a cool monster?" And Goku's like, "Heck yeah!" And Vegeta's like, "I can't. My wife is about to give birth to our daughter." And Goku's just like, "Why do you care?" And it's like, Jesus fucking Christ, Goku. Like Vegeta pretty well outright says, "'Cause I'm not a douchebag, fucker."
You know, like Super. I didn't like Super. I dropped off of Super in the tournament talk when they introduced Jiren, and Jiren was in the series for longer than 3 episodes. But freaking like Super did still have one of my favorite parts of Dragon Ball overall, which was when Gohan and Goten and Trunks and Kid Trunks steal the one of the space aliens buses or whatever. They go freaking into space to a planet with like space slime that eats people and then takes their places, like that, like the thing from It. Not It.
Yeah. The Thing.
Yeah, the thing. I'm forgetting my vague titles.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Technically, it also takes people's forms, to be fair.
I mean, yeah,
but it doesn't.
It's not fucking Pennywise. That's the big issue. Like the space jellies are not Pennywise, or at least as far as the show is concerned.
They could be if they ate him, though.
Yeah.
Or her. Ate her.
But yeah, so freaking the jellies eat people and turn into them. But that's only revealed. Like I think this was a 2-parter. So one half of the story is Goten and Trunks going on a freaking adventure and then getting stranded on the planet that the space slimes are on. And then half of the story is Vegeta and Goku being really mad because where the hell did the kids go off to? And then they go to the slimes, and the space alien is like, oh, these slimes eat people, and then once they have completely like, I don't know what's the word, fucking hell, once they completely assimilated the person they've eaten, then they can turn into them. Or like if they've taken a taste, they can turn into them, but they completely assimilate people first usually. So he just gives Vegeta a pacifier, and he's like, suck on this, and they won't be able to get a taste of you or whatever. So Vegeta fights.
Yes.
Vegeta fights these space lines with a pacifier in his mouth, and he in the middle of the fight, when he shows up with it, he does this big cool pose where he's pouting and shit, but he has a pacifier in his mouth.
To complete it, it should just play a little suckle noise.
I think he does suckle on it.
Yeah, like play a fucking Maggie Simpson bit there.
Yeah. Veggie Simpson is my favorite Dragon Ball character.
Oh man.
Anyway, fighting games.
Yes, they certainly are.
Did you play anything this week or these past 2 weeks?
Nope.
All right, neither have I. So that's cool.
Okay. Well, we're probably good to go ahead and wrap it up then, because I've got an appointment to go pick up groceries very soon.
Yep. So fighting games were.
Fighting games were